question I was asked recently about funding options when you're looking for opportunities to bid or after you've been awarded a contract. How will you actually have the financial capabilities to deliver on your promise? Maybe this is a common question for you as well. So in this video, I'm going to provide you with various funding options that you can look into no matter where you're at in your business. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Felicia over at FeliciaStreeter.com, where I help you guys with content, information, training, workshops, a boot camp all around bidding your first government contract. So getting your first bid done and winning government contracts. So we talk about government contracting and everything in between, government contracting and business. So if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification bell so you get notified when we go live here on Tuesdays. We drop videos usually on Thursdays, but right now we're in a Vlogmas season. So I'm actually dropping new videos every day from now until Christmas. So if you missed any days here in December, go back and watch those videos too. All right, I'll put the links down below. So let's dive in. Funding options. Now, I understand you may be in a season of you're just getting started in government contracting. Maybe you have been doing work in the private sector. That's cool too. But you may just not have the cash flow needed to fund a project once it's delivered. Or maybe you have some funds, your business is cash flowing, but you don't have enough to take on multiple projects at the same time. And that's what we call growing and scaling. So no matter where you're at, if funding is an issue for you, here's what you can start looking into. One, you could definitely look into credit cards. Now, depending on the size of the awarded contract, depending on how much it's going to cost you in the front end to be able to deliver on your promise, credit cards could be an option just depending on what your limits are, or maybe you can go out and get a credit card that will allow you to be able to deliver on your promise. So definitely look into credit cards. That's a great resource if you have to use it. Of course, yes, sometimes the interest rates could be high, but think about it like this. If you have a short-term contract, maybe, it's going to take you 30 days or less, and you get in, you get it done, and then, it may not hit your credit card until the following month billing cycle, right? And so if you get paid before then, not only were you able to use someone else's money, but you didn't have to pay interest either. So definitely look into credit cards. Another great option is vendor credit. So for you guys that are suppliers of products and things like that, you could definitely look to your vendors, your manufacturers, the ones that's supplying you with the product, and look and see what kind of credit options they offer. A lot of times you can get net 30, 60, 90. It just depends on what you're able to negotiate, but a lot of vendors do give lines of credit. And so you want to make sure that you check that option out as well. Sometimes you may get in a situation, you have a relationship with a vendor to where they may allow you to pay them once you're paid. It's all about how you structure the deal, what you ask for, and that kind of thing. So definitely look into vendor credit as well. Another great option I really like is bank loans. And you can look at this from the perspective of personal loans or business loans, just depending on your business, your personal finances, how you're established and things like that. So you do have a couple of options with your banking system. And that's why I always encourage you guys to build relationships before you need them. In selecting the bank where you're going to actually bank, think about the relationship that you could build with your business banker for sure. And my personal experience, I'm not saying this is true across the board, but my personal experience is I'm able to build relationships faster with the smaller businesses or the smaller banks, credit unions and things like that. So just look into your banking situation and look at, business loans, as well as the personal loans through your banking system. And you may want to make sure that they offer that. Now, let me tell you, if you're running your business and you're using your personal banking to do that, then no, just depending on the bank, they may not even offer business bank accounts, which means they're not going to have business loans. So you have to do your work and make sure you're positioned for this when you need it. Another resource is factoring companies. Factoring companies. They may say factoring. Sometimes they'll say funding, but I'm talking about the factoring companies. So you can use a factoring company, and what they'll do is they'll front you the money, and then when the payment comes in, it goes to them. They'll take their money off the top and they send you the rest. Factoring. Of course, there is a fee for them loaning you the money, and that could vary. So you just have to check with the company. Total transparency here. I've never used a factoring company. I never had to. I was able to expand resources in other ways, and I talk about that inside my Contractor's Edge Bootcamp. I think it's module 4, where we talk about expanding resources and capacity. And so I didn't have to use a factoring company. So fortunate enough there. And sometimes it's just about what you know at the time. But sometimes we have to do things, that's outside the norm when we're awarded a contract just to get it done. So I understand that. But if you position yourself in the forefront, then factoring may not be something you have to do, because factoring is really, really expensive from what I saw when I was looking into it, okay? So again, factoring is an option. I've never used it, just so you know, but I do want to put it out there for you guys to let you know it is available. Do your due diligence. That's all I can tell you. Now, the way I really like to do it, like if I don't have the cash flow in my bank account, if I can't put it on a credit card, and at my level, I can't put it on a credit card. It's just not going to happen. But I like to look at relationships, okay? One of the things I teach in the Contractor's Edge Bootcamp as well is all about building relationships before you need them. Like, I need to get the warm and fuzzy. I don't know if you guys can see my belly, but let me back up. I want to get the warm and fuzzy here in the gut before I go into a relationship, like a teaming arrangement, partnership, definitely joint ventures, as well as any type of mentor protege program. I need to know that it's a good relationship. It's a solid relationship. We have total transparency, and I can trust them. I don't like people that's going to feed me a bunch of bull or lie, or it's something different behind my back. I need total transparency. And so expanding resources via relationships is a great way to expand your business. And when done correctly, it's not as costly as the other methods I've mentioned here when done correctly. So I really, really like relationships as a way to fund projects and things like that. So definitely look into relationships that you can build. Again, if you don't know how to do that, you don't know exactly what I'm talking about, check out the Contractor's Edge Bootcamp over at firstbiddonefast.com. Firstbiddonefast.com. I'll put the link down below. So let me know down in the comments if you are looking for options to fund your projects. Yes or no? No or yes. Are you looking for options to fund your projects? No or yes? Yes or no? All right. So let's recap really quickly what I covered here, because I want to make sure you guys start looking into these options now. Don't wait until you need them, because paperwork and things like that, it could take a couple days. It could take a week or longer. So start looking into these options so that you can know what you have available when you need it. The credit cards, vendor credit for sure, because you're going to have to get registered with them. There's some other paperwork. So definitely look into your vendor credit before you need it, because you need to know where you're going to get your products from. Even you guys that are offering services, understand that depending on what you need, what supplies you may need even to supply a service, like say you're doing IT, cabling, something like that. So you need cable, wires, that kind of thing. So you got to get it from somewhere. So build those relationships, have those vendor credit options available before you need them. Also banking, start building a relationship with your banker. See what's available for you when you need it. If they have some type of pre-approval process, do that, so that you're ready for it when you need it, and you know what is there available, like what your credit limit could be, okay, or your line of credit, whatever they're going to offer you. Factoring companies, definitely start looking to that sooner rather than later, if that's a route you're going to go, if that may be an option you have to use. Definitely look into that. Relationships, you should be doing that all the time. There's never a place or space where you should not be looking at building relationships if your ultimate goal is to, one, become a government contractor, two, you want to grow your business, and three, you're going to want to scale at some point. Start looking into relationships like now. Did I say now? Start looking into relationships now so that you have these things in place when you need them. Now, in another video sometime this month, I'm going to talk about the financial piece of your business and managing your financial operations, because it's going to be key when you look for funding that you have your accounting, bookkeeping systems in place. So we'll cover that in another video. Make sure you look for that. And then we'll dive a little bit deeper into relationships as well, as far as, like I said, the joint ventures, teaming arrangements, and things like that, and how they fit on the scale of risk, and just based on where you're at in your business and where you are at in the relationship with someone as to what type of deal you guys should do together. So I hope you guys will be looking out for that. All right. So again, don't forget, if this is your first time here, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell, because I'm dropping videos every day. You don't want to miss these nuggets that I'm giving you guys every day. And some of this stuff I share inside my Contractor's Edge Bootcamp. So definitely, if you need more support, you want my help in getting your business to that first contract, bidding your first contract, check out the Contractor's Edge Bootcamp. In there, we're talking about positioning your company to be a government contractor. That also includes finding out who's your customer, what contracts they have coming down the pipeline. We also focus on performing, how you're going to perform on the projects. You know, what resources do you need to have in place to make that happen? And of course, we talk about bidding contracts. We talk about profit, bidding to profit, how to bid contracts, how to price out your contracts, how to write your winning proposals. We talk about that, and I give you templates for all this stuff. Plug and play, tweak, make it your own. We also talk about solicitations. I show you how to break down a solicitation, pull out the requirements, and in turn, write your proposal. All of that is waiting for you guys inside the Contractor's Edge Bootcamp, along with support from me, so you're able to ask me any questions that you have. Plus, I always give you answers to the questions that you don't even know to ask. All right, so check it out, firstbiddonefast.com. And don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and like this video. And remember, you're just one contract away. Bye for now.